Welcome to the big kickoff League of Ireland Sports Bar with myself, Roy Shanahan, and of course Nathan Doyle as always. Well, it's been an interesting night, Nathan, and we're going to start off with your boys, and we won't start talking about St. Pat's this time around. A 3-1 victory for Finn Harps, and I think Finn Harps deserve for us to discuss how they played, because great result and a really good performance.
Yeah, no, they'd be delighted that they got the big kickoff treatment, getting talked about first. It's like going on first and match of the day, isn't it? All the big performance get the nod. Now, look, 3-1 win for Finn Harps, and the night belongs to them. I know I sound stupid saying that with a 3-1 win, but this was, for me, anyway, I think you were saying something similar. It's more a really, really good Finn Harps performance rather than a bad Patson up. We get on to Pats in a couple of minutes, but yeah, for me, especially in the second half when they sort of reverted to the 4-2-3-1, you had Mark Coyle and Will Seymour sitting a little bit deep. That gave the likes of Ethan Boyle a bit more freedom to go forward. Look, the man at the moment is Tunde, isn't it? The man that got the hat-trick, took his chances really, really well. And look, and even in fairness to Finn Harps, they had about a 5-minute spell from the 80th minute to the 85th minute. It really could have been a 4 or 5-1 to them. They had a lot of chances. They really did. Tunde was in one-on-one. Excellent save by Vít Jaros. McNamee had a bit of a snapshot again. Vít Jaros kept passing the game, really, especially in that dying 10 minutes. Webster had a bit of a punt from a corner. Forrester hit it off the line. Tunde again with a free header from the back post from the resulting corner from the Webster chance. So, yeah, realistically, it could have been 4-5-1 to Finn Harps, but excellent performance. The midfield was compact, it was tight. The range of passing was really good. I think they just done the simple things. They got to the second ball quicker than any St. Pat's man did in the entire 90 minutes. They weathered the storms in terms of Pats were the better side in probably in the first 10 minutes of the first half and the first 5 or 6 minutes in the second half, and they weathered a little bit of a storm Pats gave with the possession. But yeah, Tunde will get all the plaudits with his hat-trick, but great team performance. I think there's some Dave Webster. I knew there was somebody else had to give a shout out to. He was immense at the back in the last 15 minutes. Plenty of crosses came in. Pats still had the chances. Yeah. Pats had the chances in the last 15 minutes. Couple of crosses, couple of half chances. But like you said, he won every header, won every tackle. Real leader at the back. Put himself about excellently, which you want as a centre half of his vintage. Someone that's been around the league as long as Dave has. Yeah, great win, great result, and a great team performance.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now, Finn Harps' results are starting to turn around again. Gone through a terrible, terrible period where they've gone from the top 2-3 to the bottom 2-3, and now they're just starting to. Why is that? Can we put our finger on why that is?
I just think that's going to be Harps, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, they were an absolute torrent time for it. They couldn't even get a draw in a lot of these games, but now they find themselves on a 3-game bounce. Obviously winning in the cup and then beating Sligo last week and Pats now this week. Big difference is probably just tightening them up at the back. You've seen they had a win even before the Sligo games. 3 wins in the bounce now. Sorry, Danny Finn Harps fans. They've toned down on conceding goals. Again, it's something silly to say, but even like having Webster there now, I think a bit of a shift in formation has done them well. We've seen, obviously, look, I'm going to be surprised that Adam Foley didn't start the game today, but it worked, it really did. Tunde caused absolute chaos up there. Sam Bowen, Paddy Barrett, you just couldn't deal with the speed, couldn't deal with the physicality of the man. And I've seen Tunde playing a couple of games and he was quite wasteful. Never we got a hat-trick here, but he had other chance. Tunde could have scored about 5 goals in this game, but he was much more clinical today than what I've seen him be in the past. So it's just small little change like that, isn't it? Like you were even saying before we came on here, it was just a Finn Harps side that just down to the bare bones, took the chances. And that's what we're seeing now. Finn Harps will always be like that, won't he? They always will sort of ebb and flow a little bit. The momentum will come and go with them. Ollie Horgan will do that. He'll get his side, especially in these latter halves of the seasons. When we're coming down to the nitty-gritty of it, into these relegation battles, how many times have we seen a Finn Harps side come out of the doldrums and just come alive once again? So, yeah, we could be seeing that again, couldn't we? And it was looking really, really nervy a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it, with a Waterford side that we're going to talk about in a few minutes on the rise. But yeah, look, Finn Harps doing well. They have the next league game, I think, is Shamrock Rovers, which is going to be difficult. But look, in Ballybuffet, who knows? Anything can happen.
Well, it won't be that difficult if Shamrock Rovers play the way they did in Europe. And we'll be
Yeah,
getting on to that one very soon.
yes, we
Okay,
will.
let's talk about St. Pat's, because we might joke there about Shamrock Rovers, but the defending that
Yeah.
St. Pat's had tonight wasn't too far off that shambles midweek.
No, it wasn't. Jeez, it could have been worse in spells as well. It was absolutely a mess back there. And, you know, when you saw it get beaten 3-1 like that and with doing what we do here, you want to be talking about did that and go wrong up top. There wasn't really too many chances. There wasn't anything calamitous that people should have been scoring. A couple of half chances really here and there for likes of Matty Smith and the Montalay striker in Wogo hit the post late enough into the game. But yeah, it was all about the defence, wasn't it? The midfield wasn't spectacular in the first half. I think Alfie Lewis got a little bit isolated in the middle. There was nobody tracking back to help him out, which that was a big difference as well. Even just going back to Finn Harps for a second, the likes of Barry McNamee, was always willing to push back and help out the back four, and we just didn't see that today from the St. Pat's side. There was plenty of times where it was simple long balls, wasn't it? That was being pumped up even from the goalkeeper, from goal kicks, and the likes of Paddy Barrett and Sam Bowen just caught out completely, caught napping, letting the ball bounce, just schoolboy errors, what you say, in Birmingham over in a right back position for a lot of the first half. He was really uncomfortable over there. Slight improvement, he moved over to his natural left back position in the second half. But yeah, that's all it's going to be down to the critical side from the Pats point of view. Was just the stupid errors at the back that really badly cost them. And in fairness to Finn Harps, we did put Pats to the sword. Like I said, we've seen Tunde in the past hit some of them chances that he had high wide, not very handsome. But now we took them well today.
And what did you make of St. Pat's starting lineup? As you said, Birmingham wasn't comfortable there at all. Was there did changes need to be made like that, or what did you make of them?
Yeah, it is a Pat's side that's struggling with injury. There's just a lot of people do know that. Look, going even with the front two, Matty Smith and Melvin Lambert, they were always going to play. It's good to see Matty Smith back. He thought he picked up a bit of a hamstring injury against Waterford, but obviously it was only a bit more of a niggle, which is good to see. It's the last thing Pat's needed is someone like him being out for a lengthy spell. Yeah, it's just the defence, really, wasn't it? But even at the bench, it was always going to be a bare bones. You're always going to have Jason McLennan coming in and slotting into the back four. With the young lads, Sam Curtis on the bench, James Abankwi, who came on late in the game. These were never going to realistically start. I just think it was next man up. That's what even Stephen O'Donnell was saying that in a press conference during the week. Like Darragh Burns on the bench, Ronan Coughlin on the bench. They were just these are two lads again coming back from injuries that haven't been training on a consistent basis. I think it's just what Pats have at their availability at the moment. The young lad as well that came in, Jack Hickman, over from England again. He only trained once for the lads during the week, so he wasn't up to par.
Yeah, and as Rob was saying, massive Lee Desmond shaped up. Yeah. It does, when you're a side like St. Pat's, you do need those players. They're big players for you, and it's hard to replace those players. They obviously don't have them coming through behind.
No, there's a couple of promising new lads on the bench. Again, go back to Abankwi and Curtis, but they're not ready for that step up. We're talking about Lee Desmond. Is not only Mr. Consistency for Pats, but one of the best defenders that the league as a whole has to offer. We've seen him earlier on in the season make a bad mistake against Shamrock Rovers that cost St. Pat's a draw, and that was totally out of character for someone like Lee Desmond. That he's been absolutely immense ever since he came into that Pat side. One of the more long-standing players at the club, and such a consistent performer, and really somebody that if he wanted to, now it's with different reasons, maybe he doesn't want to make the move, but you could always see him as someone that could go over to England or Scotland and make a big splash because he has everything under his belt, and to hear that. Thankfully, we've seen him against Waterford. What happened? The bad clash of heads and the convulsions, and thankfully, it doesn't seem to be as bad as we forced thought. People are even saying that he could be back after the Cork City game next week, which would be excellent for St. Pat's. So, yeah, badly missing him because he's absolutely vital to that team, and he'd be vital to any team with what he brings to the table.
Yeah. So when you look at St. Pat's, we talked about St. Pat's at the start of the season. They've made a great start.
Yeah.
Is it just the squad that's going to hinder them then?
Yeah. I think that's what we even said that, didn't we, from the whole way going through, was that when you have has a full selection of the drugs. Oh, we get on to them, Colin.
Good man, Colin. We talk about them soon.
No, we will definitely. Great win for them. Yeah, we even said that when everyone's fit and healthy, St. Pat's starting 11, it's up there, one of the better ones in the league, you know. But the thinness of the squad has been something that's been said all season, and we're just starting to see that now with suspensions. They've been unlucky this season, Pats, with suspensions. And look, you have to. That doesn't mean not making excuses. You know, that's always going to be the way. If you're willing to go in with a bare bone squad and a thin squad and rely on a lot of youth players, you know, you have to be ready for these situations. And like some of the young lads have come in. I think Darragh Bones has been great this season when it's been called upon. Same with Ben McCormick, Yaras and goal. Like I said, even today, he saved Pats from getting
some quality saved, Nathan. Some quality
absolutely
saved.
Brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, for me, that's what it is. It's just down to the bare bone squad. Pats I still think they can realistically hold out for one of the European places. And yeah, that was the goal at the start of the season, and I think that should have remained the goal to the end of the season.